This week, we're revealing some amazing stories and clips and unheard gems from our Pageant Pod interviews.
Yes, we've just been doing so much journalism over here, or just typing on the computers. We couldn't fit it all into the first 6 episodes.
We've got new interviews from Mimi Marks and Sasha Colby, 2 iconic showgirls.
And one particularly jaw-dropping story of drag queen gown mopping incidency. Wow.
We have a DQGMI reporting live. We love drag, we love pageants, and we love ourselves a little bit of Pageant Pod.
Forever. Dog.
Representing the great wine vineyards of Kimberly Crawford, she not only is a spokesmodel, but a customer herself. Hailing from Hollywood, California, IA, she's your I'll take an ice cube in mine, Alaska.
And representing Bottom Pride worldwide, she's your double Scorpio diva, here to remind you that where there's a Willam, there's a way. She's your Miss Two Hits and It Fits international sweetheart. It's Willam!
Good evening, panel of distinguished listeners, and welcome back to Pageant Pod, which we lovingly call
Pageant Pod.
In this 8-episode limited series podcast, we are exploring the fabulous and dramatic history of drag pageants and how these queer institutions helped shape drag culture.
Today is a very fun episode as we are nearing the end of our limited series, and still we have so much more to share and to talk about.
I have more to show. I'm not ready to go.
Can he wait?
And rather than focus on one specific pageant system today, we wanted to share with you all some bonus interviews and clips that haven't made it to the pod yet because they were just too special.
Exactly. And while making this show, we got to talk with so many incredible and legendary queens, and we didn't want to leave these amazing gems and stories on the cutting room floor. So we put together a compilation of some extra clips to share with you here tonight.
The category is Clip Show. Amazing sound bites from legendary queens that didn't quite fit into the first 6 episodes. So we're going to spit on them and shove them in here, and I hope you like it. Let's get into it.
Clip show.
Clip show.
Let's start with a throwback to drag girl groups. I know that you've heard of drag girl groups, Willam.
Once upon a time.
You've heard of a few of them. We both know a little something about the world of drag girl groups. And when we spoke with Tasha Kohl, she shared with us about her experience in The Fabulous Four.
Mm-hmm. The Fabulous Four, just to recap, ruled the drag scene in Houston in the early 1980s at a club called The Copa. The original 4 were Miss Tiffany Jones, Miss Naomi Sims, Donna Day, and Hot Chocolate. Shout out Larry Edwards. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Toward the end of 83, Tiffany had been booked for the next summer in P-Town, and Tasha Kohl was brought in to place her. And then Tasha Kohl shared a little bit about her experience with us. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
And then, of course, being part of the Fab Four was just an incredible experience, as you can imagine.
Yeah, we're both friends with Hot Chocolate still. We see her at a lot of gigs.
No. You know, Chocolate and I, we're like, you know, we lived through that whole AIDS crisis and everything. And literally, she and I are like the only 2 left of, I just can't tell you how many of our friends and peers. So we're very close in that respect. That we were always friends, but now we're kind of like the only 2 left.
You know, Willam and I have dabbled in being in a girl group ourselves, a girl group or 2. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the Fab Four.
Oh my gosh, that was just such an incredible opportunity for me. And I wound up being friends with Naomi Sims because my boyfriend at the time was best friends with her dancer and one of her best friends. So we got acquainted kind of before we got acquainted in drag. But I think it was right after I won Miss Southwest of America. They got me a booking at the Copa. Her and Donna and I became real close really quickly. And I went over so well that night. I got a call back on my first number, 2 callbacks on my second number, and then like 3 callbacks and a standing ovation on my last number. And it was just, I just couldn't believe it because, like I said, I'm this little nobody from nowhere trying to figure out what I'm doing. And I was just so fortunate and blessed. But anyway, Gene Howell called me into the office after the show and asked if I would be interested in coming to work there. And at the time, Tiffany Jones was still alive. And so they were the Fab Four. So he asked me to come on board and he cleared it with the girls. Tiffany wasn't very happy about it because she was a white girl and she also did comedy. And she was also very much a boy out of drag. So she felt like I was kind of infringing on her shtick, which I totally wasn't because I didn't even know Tiffany Jones till I started really. Because like I said, I was also new to me. But so I went on board and we became the Fantastic Five. And then later that year is when Tiffany got sick. And Tiffany was the first person that I ever knew to get AIDS and then, in fact, to consequentially die of AIDS. A lot of people thought that I replaced Tiffany Jones. Like it's been written in some of the books that Tiffany died and I replaced her at the Fab Four. And that's not true. I worked with Tiffany actually for almost 2 years. And then when Tiffany... So then we were the Fantastic Five. It became Tiffany Jones Presents the Fab Four. And then Tiffany died and we went back to the Fab Four. But that's when I started doing some country and a lot of comedy, and rock and roll was always the thing for me I loved. And I loved like sick, twisted stuff too. So, and nobody was really doing stuff like that back then. Everybody was trying to be pretty and real for the most part. So, and that was fun for me in the pageants for a while, but then you get tired of being just a pretty girl. Although that was, I shouldn't say that.
Just take a sip of the tea. Yeah. Mum's the word. We were so excited to speak with Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington after her name came up so much in our conversations with every other queen. Everyone cannot talk about pageantry without referencing Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington. And during our interview with her, we were actually able to play her a clip of Asia O'Hara speaking about Alexis's influence on her drag career. It was a beautiful moment, so let's take a listen.
We recently interviewed Asia O'Hara, and she basically said the reason she wanted to do drag was because of you and your iconic Josephine Baker talent from 1997.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean...
We have the clip if she wants. Alexis, would you like to hear Asia talk about this experience?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to play it here.
To me, the most iconic thing to ever happen in pageantry, unfortunately, is not on YouTube. So if anybody is hearing this and if anybody has the video, please post it. Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington, who is from Jacksonville, Florida, she won Miss Gay USA in 2002. And this was the night that I decided like I wanted to do drag. But she did this huge over-the-top Josephine Baker production. There was a bird cage, feathers. She had the staircase. She did the costume change. She had the blue dress. She did the scene where the zipper comes bust in her dress, and costume changes, the banana skirt, a million dancers, feathers, rhinestones. It was the most glamorous and most iconic moment to me ever in drag.
This sounds very you.
It is very me. I will never be able to do it justice. But I had seen drag for probably a year prior to this, and I was in the audience with some friends, and I liked drag. I wasn't doing drag yet. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is the Super Bowl of drag. Yes. She's in the birdcage, in the feathers, and I was like, this is great. It closes, it reopens. She's in a blue gown with the white gloves, doing Esto es Felicidad. It closes, it reopens. She's in a new costume. I'm like, what is happening? And then to know that this queen financed, choreographed, designed, mixed, sewed, feathered, rhinestoned every single part of this production blows my mind. To this day, it still blows my mind. And
she probably welded that cage too.
Yeah, she probably did. Like Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington to me is the most iconic drag queen ever. ever.
Yeah.
And I think the tenacity of drag performers as a whole, like for me, lives and breathes in that moment, knowing that that was that grand, and knowing that every single part of it was done with her own hands. For, I think she said, a year and a half, she prepared rhinestoning every dancer's costume, the shoes, the bow ties, the gloves, feathering the fans, building a cage, and then to like know that you had the like audacity to pack all of that into a truck and drive it across the country for a drag pageant. It blows my mind.
Oh, wow. That was very humbling.
I mean, that's the power of drag. You took a simple faggot from the audience and inspired him and changed her whole life. And she started drag because of you, and you were the shining example, you know?
Give me one moment. Oh, that really touched me, only because, I mean, I know Asia, and like, even though she's discussed that with me before, just hearing it really puts into perspective what we set out to do with this art form. Mm-hmm. And when you can inspire someone like that and hear it, and now witness all of her hard work that she's did and her dedication, and knowing that you have something to do with that really means a lot.
That's tea. That's like, you don't even know the extent of the impact and how many other people like you've inspired by doing what you do.
Oh, okay.
That was such a touching moment, honestly.
It was.
And in a wild ostrich feather boa whipping frenzy turn of events, this performance clip has actually surfaced on YouTube.
Girl, the Patch Pod will do it.
Patch Bottle giveth every time. Asia mentioned she didn't know if it existed, but we want to watch it now, and we will share this on Forever Dog YouTube channel, Pageant Pod playlist as well. So we're going to watch it and just give our reaction. Queens watching Queens.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is one of those moments, it's like every moment from pageantry exists on a tape somewhere on somebody's shelf. So this is like an amazing moment that this can be unearthed, and we can take a look at it. Oh my gosh, what do we got? Jesus Christ. The feather, there's like 87 white feather fans. She's in a moving gazebo that's covered in flowers.
Organic flowers.
How many dancers? 8?
6 right now.
They're dressed in all white. They've got feather headpieces, feather fans. She just stepped out of the gazebo. The gazebo rolls backwards and disappears. Fanography.
Oh,
she lifts.
Somebody lifted her.
She lifts. Oh my good God. Oh my God.
Outfit change. The blue gown.
She's a gorgeous blue gown. She's taking us. Oh my God.
Girl, the only person who's ever held a candle to this Josephine Baker is probably Lynn Whitfield in the HBO movie.
T.
Oh, this is banana skirts.
Girl, she's taking us on an entire journey around the world. We are waiting for her to reemerge in another. The dancers come back.
There she is. Honey. She's about to make banana pudding out of that skirt, too. She's whipping her hips all over. Those bananas are going to be busted. She is wonderful. Okay, now she has...
Is this... Wait, is
now
this
she has
all
10 dancers.
Is this all one talent number?
Yes!
She literally has taken us around the world. We also talked a lot about the judging process at these pageants. There's always someone who claims that things were a little bit rigorous. There's always a judge who doesn't like a queen or a queen who doesn't like a judge. But is it riggery or just personal bias? Or is it favoritism? Here's what we heard on this topic. Here's Tamisha Iman.
There's been a judge that seems to want to just pick out how they want to judge. Like this one particular judge was so anal with me, trying to help me lose the pageant. When I was walking on the stage, he was trying to see up under my gown to see if it was lined. And I clocked.
Oh, wow.
So I started slow walking. I'm gonna slow it down because maybe I'm going too fast. So when I lost the pageant, like this is me, I'm being honest. So when I lost the pageant, I got first run up like I normally do. They were announcing like, okay, they were crowning the winner. By the time the girl had got her crown on her head completely, I have completely left the stage in the process of taking off all of my clothes because I said I'm gonna beat his ass. So I goes down, and mind you, they're still clapping for the girls. Before he know it, he looks to the left, and I'm saying, "Let me see your scores, baby." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "I just need to see your gown score." So he was like, at first he was like, "I'm not giving you your gown score." So I instantly took my wig off. I said, "Dude, this look like I'm playing." And he was like,
"Oh my God."
He was like, "Oh my God." So we get the gown scores, and I lost the pageant because of his score. So I did not fight him because he left the building when I turned my back, but I was going to. So I'm going to put myself, yes, sometimes it gets so heated to where fights do break out. But when you are a perfectionist and you know how this go, I'm not just your local person jumping in a pageant. I know how to judge, so therefore, when you cross the line, it's consequences, whatever they may be. But yeah, that's just the truth.
Here's Jazell Barbie Royale.
It could come in so many different ways. I've competed in pageants where I had other titles under my belt at the time, and I had my promoters trying to encourage the other promoters for the pageant that I was competing in, trying to encourage them not to crown me, because they wanted
oh my God.
They pretty much wanted me to themselves. Or sometimes you may have people that are connected with other people that may not care for you, or simply just judges. I've had judges not judge me fairly because their child or their sister or their daughter was in the pageant and they were judging, and so they judged me, unfairly. So and that was the pageant that I was just talking about. That was kind of like what happened. You had that individual had different people on the judges panel that were in their favor, and I was in their hometown. And so sometimes when you go to a person's hometown where they're revered and endeared, you run the chance of not being judged fairly.
And here is Candis Cayne on judging a pageant. Have you judged pageants?
I've judged some prelims.
Okay.
I've never judged the big national pageants before. It's difficult because you're always thinking you have these superstars that come in and do these talent numbers where you're like, oh my God, they are going to snatch, but then they walk out in evening gown and with 2 shredded pieces of fabric, and you're like, son of a bitch. And people don't realize it all adds up. The points add up, So, but for the most part, pretty much everyone has an idea who the top 5 is going to be usually because of what they've seen the night before in the prelim night.
Right. And it sometimes is it feels like it's a certain girl's year. It's her moment. Yeah. And everybody knows that.
Totally. When I came back, everyone knew that I was going to snatch. But to you don't know that. You are in a fever rush. They're coming for me. They're all coming for me. I mean, my biggest competition, I think, was Erica Andrews, who was one of my best friends, and she's passed also. And she won later. Miss Continental, but you know, she was a force to be reckoned with. You know, if Erica Andrews is nipping at your toes, honey, you got something to worry about. You know?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, and those who have yet to decide, here's Kennedy Davenport.
I judged many pageants. I judged many pageants. Some pageants I don't like judging because it may be more than one person that I know and that I'm very close with. And I don't like being in that position. It makes me feel so bad. And even though I'm judging fairly, it's still just because I be wanting everybody to win, girl. And you know, it's just hard. It makes it so hard. So I'll either opt out of judging, or I'll put myself in a position to make sure that the scores and everything are consistent and right, and the pageant is fair, you know. So yeah, it's just so hard, girl. So that is the hardest thing to ever do, is judge people that you really, really care about, and it's more than one, you know.
And we'll be right back after this break with more Pageant Pod.
Girl, get your ones. Face them up. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, everybody needs a website. Otherwise, you're just out there making your business happen with what? Word of mouth? No, ma'am. If you've got a passion project that you're starting, if you want to start making drag watches that are purely ornamental, made for the sole purpose of a queen touching her wrist during lip sync when the song lyrics say, "Time." That idea is brilliant and needs a website. This is why you need Squarespace, because Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain. Showcase your offerings with a professional website, then you can grow your brand and get paid all in one place. Plus, they have integrated SEO tools, which means search engine optimization, I think, so you can show up more often on search engines. And their Blueprint AI design tool, which can get a fully custom website built in just a few steps if you want to do the whole AI thing. Plus, you can connect your socials, set up easy ways for your customers to buy your products, and even schedule appointments with you. It's all right there on Squarespace. I've scaled a number of businesses in my time, and they have all needed websites because websites just legitimize you, you know? And Squarespace is a great spot for a creative person like me who needs to make a website and has great ideas but doesn't necessarily know the HTML, QRL, TMV of it all, you know? Because I'm not an IT whiz at all. But Squarespace makes it easy for me to select what I want and then put out a wonderful website. And it could be the same for you. You need to check out squarespace.com/drag for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch, just use the offer code DRAG to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, which is kind of the same thing. Squarespace.com/drag.
Chime is changing the way people bank. They offer the most rewarding, fee-free banking, and it's built just for you.
I don't want to interrupt here, but I want to chime in. They're not like traditional old banks that charge you overdraft and monthly fees. Plus, they have thousands of fee-free ATMs. There's nothing more frustrating than added fees when you're just trying to access your own money.
Exactly. So with Chime, you are not just switching banks, you are upgrading to America's #1 choice for banking with a Chime checking account.
And how about some of these benefits? All benefits here, honey. Get 5% cash back on a Chime card in a category of your choice, like gas or groceries. And you get savings that grow faster with 3.75 APY. That's 9 times higher than the national average.
And don't forget, they also have Spot Me, which lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free.
We all need to be proactive in our own finances and understand what our money's doing, and banking can be confusing. There's so many hidden fees and policies that are different at each bank, so you have to look out for you, and with Chime you could do that.
Yes, God, and don't just settle. Find what works for you and get the perks and benefits that are beneficial to your life. Check out Chime.
Honey, I did. I'm a Chime user, and Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
Head to chime.com/drag. That is chime.com/drag. It only takes a few minutes to sign up.
Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services provided for MyPay and Chime Card provided by Chime Bank Partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentage yield and cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required.
Checking account ranking based on a J.D. Power survey published October 20th, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, SpotMe, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
Welcome back to our show, Patch Podge. Patch Podge. A few weeks ago, we were lucky enough to talk with Mimi Marks, who is a legendary entertainer from Chicago. Mm-hmm. She is the epitome of a showgirl, honestly. She's fabulous and beautiful and talented and many other adjectives, and has been a professional in this industry for many years. And Mimi won Miss Continental in 1992. And we had a great conversation about her career and her life, and just wanted to share that with you, and her Mackies and her things.
Can you list all of your titles and crowns? Or is that even possible?
I probably can. I might skip a few in the early days, but the very first pageant was Miss Waterloo. That is Waterloo, Iowa. And that was in, I think, 1998. Oh, no, 1988. 1988. Then I moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I think my first pageant I won there was Miss Kenosha. And then I won Miss Southeast Wisconsin. Then I went on to win Miss Wisconsin, which was just a pageant that they have in Wisconsin. It's not preliminary to any other one beyond that. But during the reign of that, I moved to Chicago. And that was in 1990. And then 1992, I won Miss Continental. And 2004, I won the world's most beautiful transsexual. And then 2005, I won Miss International Queen. So that's it.
Wow. She knows her resume.
That's it.
That's it.
Work.
Work.
Yeah. After Miss Continental, I swore I was not, that was it for me. I was done. Like I'm not really, I don't love competing. I love performing. And so the competition part, like the build up to that night is so stressful and so, you know, it's just so much and it costs so much and it's just stressful. And so after Continental, I was like, I'll never enter another pageant again. But the world's most beautiful transsexual pageant came along and it was supposed to be the top 8 girls were going to be in a Las Vegas show. We were going to get to move to Vegas and be in a show. And so I was like, I could care less about the pageant. I want to work in Las Vegas. Like that seemed so grand. And it never happened. So it kind of sucked. Yeah.
Was that that was Trantasia, right?
That was Trantasia, yeah.
So when did you get the interest in entering pageants?
To be honest, I never really had the interest to do it. The first one, of course, Miss Waterloo, and at the old Dutch Mill in Waterloo, Iowa. It was just the thing to do. It was more like a show. We were so drunk. I was completely trashed at the end of it. You know what I mean? I don't even remember the crowning.
Me too.
I totally don't remember. And probably like a few months later, I left town. I moved to Milwaukee. So I never even came back and gave up my crown or anything. But then once I got to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I was working at Club 219. And the show director there, Ginger Spice, she really kind of took me under her wing, and she was very close with a lot of the people from the Baton and very close with Jim Flint. So Continental was a big deal. And so she kind of got me to doing some pageants there in Wisconsin. But literally the first time I went to Miss Continental, I was like, I will never do this. I could not believe how beautiful the girls were. And like, it was the year that Kelly Lauren won, but in the pageant that year was Kelly Lauren and Shantae, who is now Alexandra Billings, and Amber Richards and Whitney Carlisle, and all these girls that were just like, they all had boobs and they all had bodies, and they were just so amazing and I was at the beginning of my career. I didn't even know that it was going to be a career. I was like, I just couldn't believe that, I would even be in a show. They would pay me money to do drag. So I didn't think anything. I was like, I will never do this. And there, you have to do this. And lo and behold, 2 years later, there I was doing the pageant. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you if you had any feelings on Miss Gay US of A, because they didn't allow trans women to compete and participate. Did that directly affect your decision to join Continental? Were there ever any girls that tried to take on that system?
Actually, Miss USA, you can. They do have trans girls. There has been quite a few trans girls who've won USA, but Miss America, you can't.
Sorry.
Miss Gay America, you can't.
Oh, right, that one.
That's
and supposedly, like, you can't have body work or you can't have this or that. And I'm like, have you seen some of the people that I'm like, they're like,
in male interview.
Yes, like in a suit, but fully pumped lips and cheeks. And I'm like, but I ended up in Continental because I was working at the Baton, and it's like hand in hand, you know what I mean? The owner of the Baton is the owner of Miss Continental. So that's how I ended up with that. And like I said, once I won that, I was like, I don't ever want to run again. I don't ever want to enter another pageant. I'm good. It's too much. It's too much stress. I just don't like it. I love performing, and I want to do as many shows as I can do in my lifetime. But the competition part was just too much. But and then always, I mean, for years, people were like, are you going to do USA? Are you going to do USA? And I'm like, oh, you never say never. And it's just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Do you remember how much your winning package cost at Continental your year by any chance?
Fortunately for me, back in those days, there were still some really, really good sponsors. And so for Continental, I had a sponsor who, like, I mean, I think I did a couple of benefit shows where I raised money. But other than that, he like took care of everything. And then my swimsuits for Continental, they were Bob Mackie swimsuits that were from Bob Mackie. They were like, they were the samples. Yeah, they were the samples from the runway. And my sponsor and Chili Pepper both were very good friends of Bob Mackie, and he let me use both the swimsuits for the prelim night and the final night. Yeah.
Chili.
When I got that box. And I also wore Bob Mackie gowns, 2 Bob Mackie gowns, and those swimsuits again when I did the World's Most Beautiful Transsexual. He let me use.
Beautiful.
Girl, I literally was like, Chili Pepper was like, let's do, I'll ask him again. Maybe, you never know. Maybe he'll let you use a gown. And I was like, yeah, if he does, I mean, that would be amazing, like gorgeous. So she called him, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, girl, I got this box in the mail for you from Bob Mackie. And I was like, okay, gorgeous. And it was like $50,000 worth. It was 2 beaded gowns and the 2 swimsuits and all the accessories and everything. I mean, it was amazing. So I'm like, wait, I don't know if I know what to do with all of this. Mind you, the gowns were like for the models, like they were size 6s. From that minute, I never ate anything besides lettuce leaves for like 3 months. And I went to the gym every single day. I did not drink. I did not do a thing. I worked harder for that than I've ever worked for anything, because I was like, I'm wearing these 2 fucking Bob Mackie gowns. If I have to, like, I couldn't even, like, it was 110 degrees in Las Vegas for the pageant, and I was freezing cold the whole time. And my best friend Kim is like, eat something. You gotta eat. You're freezing because you're skin and bones.
You're one of the first openly trans runway models. You were signed with the Ford agency.
Well, now we can clear something up that we're all here on this podcast. I never was signed with Ford agency.
You weren't?
I know it says that on Wikipedia, and it also says I'm from Old Wine, Iowa, which I've never lived in Old Wine. So whoever does Wikipedia has, I guess, done me a favor my whole life, because people have always thought that I was signed with Ford. I was signed with an agency here in Chicago called Arlene Wilson, and I did do a lot of stuff with them, and I did do a lot of runway, and I was on some covers of some magazines and stuff. But unfortunately, no, I was not a Ford model. But I love her. I think I was.
Arlene Wilson sounds a lot like Eileen Ford, so I see how they got that.
Exactly. That's what I always thought. I'm like, because I don't know where that ever came from, but that's my only thing that I could have ever thought, was that those two names were kind of similar, but.
Maybe you can clear this one up, because I didn't know about this.
Came from.
This is on the outline. It says you may have dated Dennis Rodman of the Chicago Bulls briefly. Is that one true?
I don't know if dating would be the word.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
I will say that for the few years that he played here in Chicago, we were very good friends, and we hung out a lot, and we went to a lot of great restaurants, and we shopped at a lot of fabulous places, and we had a really good time.
A lover of fine foods and nice things.
Exactly.
A commonality that many stars share.
And tall and dark and, all that. So I'm good. It was fun.
Wow.
But no, he was never, I would have never, ever called him my boyfriend, but we had a good time.
Oh,
you can read between the lines if you want to.
All right.
Honey, I'm reading Braille right now. Tapping all the dots. One of my favorite things that you've said, because I hate the Cubs. I'm a Cardinals fan, but you said something about being passable as a trans woman, stating if you could walk through Wrigleyville like during a Cubs game and not get spooked and not have anybody call you out, you were the girliest girl and you made it. And you said that you called a friend and said, I'm at a Cubs game on first base, 11th row. I made it. I'm a girl.
Yes, that's my best friend
Jaywalking,
Kim.
honey.
Yes, that was my best friend Kim, who's actually here at my house right now. And we've been best friends for 30 plus years. And she has actually done my hair and makeup and helped me in every pageant that I've ever done since I moved to Chicago. So she has a lot to do with me being who I am today. But yeah, she lived because Wrigley Field is in the middle of Chicago. It's like in the middle of the city. So she lived in the block, like 2 blocks down the street. And so we always would say that, was like, oh shit, we got to go to work and there's a Cubs game. And we were usually pretty stoned, and we would just have to walk through and be like, if we can make it through, we're good. Like if nobody says anything. And so we were like, that day I went to the Cubs game and I was like, I'm at a fucking Cubs game. Like nobody is even looking at me crazy. I have made it. I'm a girl. I am a total girl now.
You are not only just really talented and such a prominent figure in this world of drag and performing in pageants, but you also are so in these movies like Fantasia or in The Queens, whenever you're interviewed, you're just fucking fantastic. You're you're so able to just you're so fucking just personable and hilarious and kind-hearted, and it shows through, and just I can't get enough of you. I'm obsessed.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel so good, because I was when they reached out to me to do this, I was like, me? Like, they want to talk to me? Seriously? I'm like, I love you guys. And so I'm so honored that you even would want to like talk to me about this. So it's really cool.
The honor is all ours. Thank you so much for coming on our little Page Podge.
So, as mentioned in our interview, Mimi is featured in a film called Trantasia, which is about a Las Vegas pageant, the most beautiful transsexual pageant that was mostly staged just for the film and also to help promote a Vegas residency type show that never ended up happening, or did it? This film is a little bit hard to find. It's very indicative of the time period in which it was made, but it's worth finding and watching if you can find it. What I had to do was I purchased the DVD, and then I realized I didn't have a DVD player. So then I purchased the DVD player, and so that's how I've been able to watch Trantasia. Have you seen it?
How wonderful for you. Yes, I've definitely seen it. I've loved this for a long time. It's where I think I first saw Maria Roman.
Oh, I love Maria Roman.
Yeah, this is a wonderful piece of history. Check it out, buy it on DVD, worship it, show your friends, pass it around, pay it forward. And we will be right back with this after more Page Podge.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Welcome back to Pageant Pod. It's time to discuss our favorite subject. Pageant! No, our favorite subject is actually sabotage.
Sabotage!
Where's my bag? Laurel, where's my dress? Who took my dress?
Give her feather fans. This just won't do.
Where's her pomp? Give her her pomp.
Show her the same respect that you would want to be shown yourself.
It's a size 14 and a half.
Most of the queens we spoke to haven't experienced any of these horrible sabotagian things directly, as it seems.
I know a horror.
As it seems it's more of an old school tradition. But let's hear a little bit more about some backstage gotcha moments of pageants past. Here's Kennedy Davenport. I've always heard legends of like the old days of pageantry where there would be some shady, awful shit that goes on. Have you ever heard of any of these things, like the ripping of the seams out of the dress? Like, did these things? Have you ever heard of any of this stuff?
Yeah. Oh yes, it used to happen, baby. I mean, I came in on the end of the shady, crazy stuff. I mean, I started doing drag in '96. Yeah, I used to hear the stories like the glass in the light bulb, that crushed up the light bulb in the powders, and the girls' gowns coming up missing before gown, and like the treacherous stuff. Yeah, and it was really heavy, like in not Dallas, but in Texas, because Texas used to be the pageant mecca and drag mecca, and it still kind of is, you know. But oh yes, it happened, boo. Yeah, it happened. I'm glad I wasn't, because I definitely probably would have been a victim of it, because, you know, a lot of people are intimidated of me, honey. They see me in the pageant, or they hear I'm in the pageant, they drop out.
Let's see what Curious Davenport has to say.
Well, back in the day, I've heard stories. It's never happened to me. I've heard stories of girls putting broken glass in another girl's setting powder. Now, I've never had that happen to me. I honestly don't know how I would react to my face bleeding or being cut up, because I know another girl has put like glass in my setting powder.
You just do, hey, DJ, play Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love.
No, ma'am. Hey, DJ, call the ambulance, the police department, and somebody to bail me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I heard like girls cut up dresses in the bag. I saw girls like, you know, put makeup on other girls' stuff. The list goes on. Like it gets really cutthroat and shady.
Do you know? She used to work at Louisville at Play. She sprayed adhesive all over a girl's whole station, her makeup, everything at the whole station. So the girl got off stage and she thought everything was fine. And then she sat down and started sticking.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, she got fired.
Bitch, can you imagine?
No, I'd be so mad.
And
because
I hate spray adhesive.
Oh, the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely hate spray adhesive. So I would have been over it because like back when I was younger, my gay mom used to like so determined to win a pageant, girl. We used to spray adhesive clothes to our body, and it takes 3 to 4 days to get that shit off, get that stuff off your skin. So at this point, I don't even touch it, and then you never know where the spray adhesive is actually going to spray because bitch, it'll be sitting in that can, and then you get ready to hit that butt, and it'll squirt to the left, it'll shoot to the right, bitch, and hit you in your eye. No, I just avoid it.
Yeah, that clogged nozzle will get you every time.
Yes,
Girl,
ma'am.
she will get you. Here's Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington, but you can call her Gabby.
The only time that I feel there was sabotage possibly, you know, towards me, I chopped it up as just a mistake. And that was actually in you guys would know it because the dance was improvised. It was the year at Continental when I did Dreamgirls. My dancers actually came back late for the fan routine, and I was out there alone until they actually made it back. And that's because they were scrambling trying to find the fans, and someone had put our fans under something else. But, you know, to everyone's defense, at Continental is a small space. Everyone is on top of each other. So it could have possibly just got misplaced. So that's the only time I could consider possibly sabotage. But again, I chopped it up as just a mistake.
It's always the feather fans.
Well, you're a gracious gal.
People are always messing with the feather fans.
About to come through, we got Miss Tamisha Iman.
It always has to do with the cities that you go to. Like Atlanta, we're too close, so you can't come with the shenanigans, you know, as entertainers. But like let me tell you. So I was at a pageant one time, and the lady, one of these, I can't call her name, but this entertainer admired me. She said, "Oh my God, you're gonna be one of my daughters." And I'm looking like, okay, I got no drag mother though. But nevertheless, she said, she tapped me on the shoulder. She was like, "Check your bag when you get home." So I'm thinking she'd have gave me a gift. This lady has put someone else's gown in my bag. So me saying, because the big thing was like, and mind you, I'm standing outside, and the person gown it was, he was arguing with the lady, was like, and I know you got my gown. I know you got my gown. It's like, Miss Dang, I ain't got your gown. Get out my face. So we're standing outside watching this. The lady is tearing up everything, trying to find her gown. And my little butt get back to the room, opening my suitcase and be like, I said, you know what? I took that gown right back. I said, baby, I don't know how your gown got in my bag, but I do not steal. And ever since then, I'm glad it happened because it allowed me to see this really does happen because I had heard stories.
And after we spoke to Aurora Sexton, she remembered a wild story that she just had to tell us. So she recorded this and sent it in to PAGEANT. This one is really shocking, so let's take a listen.
See, this is a good sister. She said, let me voice note this to those bitches. Thanks, Aurora.
This was back in the 90s. There was a queen competing at Miss Continental, and she was a notorious booster, and all her kids, you know, they would just snatch things for her left and right. I mean, she was legendary at theft. And so she came out for evening gown competition in this gorgeous Bob Mackie dress, and Bob Mackie happened to be a judge. Well, there were only 2 of those gowns ever made in existence. One of them, Bob Mackie knew where it was. The other was taken off Cindy Crawford at gunpoint. So you can imagine Bob Mackey's reaction when he saw this queen walk out in this dress. As soon as she finished modeling and walked off the stage, she got straight out of it. Her kids came and ran with it out of the building. They stopped the pageant. Bob Mackey comes back with the owner, Jim, and he's like, "Where's the dress?" "What dress, darling? What dress?" "The one you just wore." "I don't know what you're talking about." And that is how Cindy Crawford lost her dress.
And of course, we wanted to take a moment to speak with Tamisha Iman about her daughter, Tandy, and her iconic history-making, trend-setting, groundbreaking, life-changing, and apparently heel-breaking entrance for her I Need a Hero talent number.
Did her heel break when she flew down from the ceiling and she did the whole number on a snapped heel?
Right. So I my babies, like I'm always hand on with my kids, and Tandy had just came from Memphis, so I painted her for that contest. And
word.
Yeah. Wow. So we were there.
So you were in the room? You saw that?
Oh, I did her that night of the pageant. Yeah. We collectively put that together.
Tell me everything.
So after registration, Tandy was such a big baby. She used to say, "Mama." That's how she talked all the time. Didn't matter where we were. Her mother could be beside me and she was saying, "Mama." So her thing was, "Mama, I got an idea." And I was like, "What, girl?" Because her ideas are always out the box. She said, "I want to come out the ceiling." I said, "What?" She said, "I want to fall out the ceiling." And Tandy would have fallen out of the ceiling regardless of me helping her or not, because that's her mindset. My thing is, Lord, let me help my baby get in this ceiling so she won't kill herself. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about Tandy is Tandy was fearful. Like her thing, she wanted to actually try it while all the contestants were there. And I was like, "No, this is a secret weapon. We're going to wait till everybody leave." Mm-hmm. So we waited till everybody left. And I showed her how to get up there the correct way. And she had to actually go up like a number before hers. So Tandy is up there while the contestant before her is performing. And she's just hanging out, waving at me. "Hey, Mama, I'm fine." I'm like, "Oh my Lord, my child's so crazy." So, but at rehearsal, we kept going through it. And when she dropped down the first time, she was like, "Oh, okay, we can go." I said, "No, ma'am, you getting back up here. I got to make sure you can do this again." So she got up there, she did it again. And the Superman that was with her, his name is D. That's another one of my sons. And they used to work amazingly together. He was the first male twirler at Jackson State. But that night, when Tandy fell down, I noticed she was dancing on the tip of her toes. Tandy don't really dance like that. She danced on her tips, but it's a balance. She keep the balance. But I noticed she kept dancing on her tip of her toes. So when she came out, when she came off the stage, she was like, "Did you see it?" I said, "See what?" "It was good." She's talking about, "No, Mama, I broke my heel when I came down."
Oh my word.
I was like, "Tandy, you broke your heel in the beginning?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Child, I'll be dancing on my toes. I don't care." And that was just my baby had the most beautiful spirit. I promise you. And this is no lie. One of the reasons why I went to Drag Race is because if she would have gotten there, that we talked about that, but if she would have gotten there, it would have been a whole difference in her life. And oftentimes what I do with a lot of my kids that have passed, I try to take their spirit places that I know they will want to go. So my thing is, I didn't even tell the network about Tandy. I don't even know how that came about. I didn't bring that it wasn't in any of my pre-recorded anything. So once I got there, I knew I had did the right thing because it highlighted her.
Yeah.
And that was amazing for me. But
Wow.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. We'll be right back after this break with more Patch Podge.
Welcome back to Pageant Pod. Another amazing queen that we got to interview is Sasha Colby. Okay. Yeah. Snap, snap, snap. 2 snaps and a clap. Sasha won Miss Continental in 2012, and she's a cast member of Sasha Velour's Nightgowns. She's a choreographer, a performer, and she's really, really all around talented, so lovely, so gorgeous, so brilliant. So here's our interview with Sasha Colby about her pageant experiences. We like to start off with our guests by asking them to list off all of their titles and crowns. Can you do that?
All right. Well, I am a former Miss Continental 2012. Before that, I won a few prelim pageants to qualify, which was in West Virginia, Hawaii, and Pennsylvania.
Yes, Hawaii.
Oh, come on, and then I was like a backyard pageant. Like it was a beach pageant when I was like, we were still like growing up as kids. And you'd have to like, it was on 4th of July. And it was literally on the beach. You had to make your own dress out of like whatever flowers were around or like whatever beach blankets you could find. Then you had to do a showgirl with like plants. And then you did a talent. And so I won Miss Colina. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you've been training early. Okay, now I get it. You started
training
early.
us. They started us early. They were. I would have my go-go juice and all, you know?
I love that. When did you like first become aware of like the pageantry world? And when did you say, oh, I want to run for that. I want to run for that crown?
Like I started in dance before I came out as gay even. So like, even my friends there were like, girl, you're gay. And I was like, oh God, I like girls. But they took me to my first like drag show, and it's just it's all pageant girls in Hawaii. I mean, everybody wants to be Miss Continental. So that's why I even knew about that pageant, was from my drag family and like the ones that turned me out. And then with like dancing and stuff, all my friends were like going to like work at Disney after high school, and like they're doing like cruise ships, you know, as dancers. And I'm like, oh, I'm just like the trans girl that cannot like get the booking like as a dancer. Everyone's going off to like dance for like famous artists. And then I was like, I think the pageant is like the perfect way for me to still like stay entertaining while like kind of doing like what my friends are doing, but in my own lane from them. But that's what made me like, say, okay, let me just do this pageant real quick. And it was the only way you could get out of Hawaii. Like, you know, like you couldn't really like be a working drag queen. Like you'd have to have other jobs. I mean, you have to have a lot of jobs just to like live in Hawaii in general. But like, I mean, that was the way to get out and like get to the mainland. So, you know, you could hobnob with Erica Andrews and Mimi Marks and all them children, you know.
Wow.
What was your first pageant like? Did you place?
Yeah. Well, like the first pageant I ever won, I think it was like the prelim I won the first time I ran Continental, because I've only done Continental. That's the only pageant I've ever like focused on. So like I started 2005 when Erica Andrews was Miss Continental, and I won Hawaii, and she was there. And they didn't think I was going to win. I was not the front runner. I was by far like the monkey wrench, because like the other two were like very well-known artists in Hawaii, and they were kind of like the ones that were going to be the ones. And then my ass came along.
How much do you remember did you pay for your package the year that you won Continental? Was it 5 digits or 4 digits? Over 10, under 10?
Oh my gosh, like one gown was 10. Like one gown was like 8.
My God.
Was 8. Like another gown was like 7 or 8. And that was, I mean, the ponytail alone was $1,000.
For talent, your talent ponytail?
Yes, because it was like estimated like half Japanese and half like Peruvian. So like some would stay behind, and then the Japanese one would like fly harder and heavier. Girl, it was a different thing.
Honestly, I don't, and this may sound insulting, but like I watch your talent so often, at least once a month or so, and I don't remember your gown from that, just because that purple jumpsuit with the black hair, like that's so emblazoned in my mind as like the thing that won that year. Like it was the best.
That was the one that got the most pictures, I must say.
Wow.
Honestly, there was a whole cheese board of Gorgonzola.
It was a silver liquid beaded gown that we found the people that do like the Miss USA and Miss Universe pageants. And it was like liquid beaded the whole way. And then we got foxtails, which isn't very PC now.
You know what? The foxes volunteered. They said it was fine.
It was vintage.
Right.
How long did it take you to prepare for Miss Continental?
Like, well, the time that I won, it took about like a year of like kind of just like getting myself together and like putting it all together. But before that, I was first runner-up the last time I won. I mean, I ran. I was first runner-up in 2009, and I like stayed. I took a break till 2012, so I kind of had a lot of time to like really think about a lot of like just know what brand I wanted to sell. Like, because you know when you're in a pageant, you're selling your brand, and you got to know what you're selling before you can sell it to these people. You got to know what you can and cannot do, like its boundaries, its limits, and know that when to like silence the noise and know that your voice is the one that counts instead of other people. Like, you should do this again. And, like, you should do that talent. Like, you should go up there. First of all, get in a deep squat, put a 9 on, and go up there first of all.
Who did your talent? I mean, I hate to come back to it again, but I love to come back to it all the time. Like, did you come up with that mix? Were you next to the guy with the computer? Were you like, no, that there, I'm gonna do the ponytail there? How did that come about?
Yeah, it was a group effort. Like, I was working a lot, and Preston, my best friend Preston, who like the guy who like puts me together.
He paints Janet a lot, right? And like Janet, all the girls. Yeah,
yes. She's amazing. And then my mom was like right there too, my drag mom, Sasha Colby, who does Janet's hair. And they really, he was like making the mix. I told him like kind of what we wanted. Like all the songs were like coming together, but he helped finesse like how it all like flowed. And then one of my dancers actually did the mix. So like there were times I'm like, I want one more crack right here. And like, so yeah, I was totally doing all that. And then we put the number together. They came in a week before the pageant. We hadn't had rehearsals and I couldn't really go to rehearsals. So they were rehearsing for like most of the time. And then when I finished work or whenever I could, I would jump in. And it was going good. We like got it. And my drag brother Gil, who's Janet Jackson's like creative director and choreographer. He's also from Hawaii in the same dance studio, and he came in and like cleaned them up so good because he's like, Sasha's just gonna jump in and she's gonna do her thing and you're gonna frame her, so know where you guys are, so it's like all crisp. And like he came up with like you're gonna go like grab them like dogs and that was Gil for sure. And then I added the head whip.
Wow.
But it was very like, and I did some of the choreography. I did the Roisin Murphy part, the royalty part. Kind of was ad-libbing some of the stuff too. Didn't really know what I was going to do until that time.
What would you say is the difference between like Miss Continental and the other pageant systems?
I'm just partial to Miss Continental just because of I just seen where all the dolls were. And like, that was like very trans positive. And
absolutely.
Like even the boy queens would turn it out, and like would give illusions, so that just was always my aesthetic and what I liked. But I also love, US of A because it's like straight up talent gown. You look pretty. Yeah. Can you move? Let's go. So like, I love that. And there's so many prelims just like alone for that pageant. So you can really, make how much you spent on your package worth it, hopefully, in like your reign and try to make it back. I love Entertainer of the Year. That was just so creative. But I just never, like, nothing ever, like, really jumped at me and, like, kind of know that. I think it's the girls that's won. Like, you know, they're just, like, our versions of the supermodels back then, you know? Like, they all kind of looked like the supermodels. And, like, there was an Ava Segovia. Maybe it looked exactly like her.
Yeah, exactly.
Monica looked like Linda Evangelista.
Yeah, just the beauties.
Have you ever felt like there was like rigging going on or like favoritism? Like, have you ever witnessed that or gotten the feeling that like it was rigamorous?
I feel like there's definitely like for like crowd mentality, especially for like if somebody's got a big old drag family, you know, they're going to be really hot in the house and they're going to be making it known. Where then if that person doesn't get it, it just looks like she was robbed or like some like stuff went down when it was just, you know, case of being loud in the audience, if you know what I mean. Like, wasn't necessarily like she could have, I don't think it would have been rigged. I don't think I see rigged. Because I mean, if it was rigged, I would have won like 3 years before. And like that would have been
that would have been that.
They didn't work for it, honey. They said, "You're coming now." And actually, since I worked for like the Baton, who owns Continental, I think he was like harder on me. Like he's like harder on the ones that work there. So he was not like letting me, like everybody was there rehearsing, and then I had to still do all 3 shows, and like they were. He just didn't want anybody to think that he was giving me the favoritism. I know I felt that.
Right.
I was like,
yeah. And I sometimes feel like they're like, if you show up and you're really, really great, they're like, we kind of want you to come back next year because you were so good. So like, if you were this good this year, so if you win, you won't be competing. So like, it kind of behooves them to be like, you're not going to win this time, but try again.
We want to see you again. We really want to see you again.
Like,
we hope you fall.
What is your favorite thing about the world of pageantry and your least favorite thing?
My favorite thing about the world of pageantry, I mean, it makes me smile so much. Like, I think it's like my natural, like I don't know, Prozac, lithium, whatever, weed.
Right.
Like it makes me, like if I'm sad, I'll just happen to smile. I'll put on a Miss Venezuela pageant. It's like my favorite. Like, I'm like
yes.
Old Miss Universe pageants, like give me everything. So I really love the ultimate like glamour and beauty and just like you know, high femme goddess energy. And the thing I like the least about pageants is probably that the pageants probably don't get as enough recognition that it should, and really like having done a lot for like our history and really being an outlet for people all over in like these small towns that I visit all the time, you know, like in like Monroe, Louisiana, and like all these places there, they have the same dreams that we all did when we were like in our rooms, you know, they want to be the glamour girls, they want the rhinestones. And I think that there should be like more, I don't know. I love that y'all are doing this. And I think this is like the right way, like the right direction to like really get everybody like knowing the history, because you all know it really well. Right. And that's why like you all respect and love, and that's how you're successful, is because of all the people that came before us, you know? So I hope that it happens.
Thank you. And I also, I feel like, I mean, you were talking about like watching pageants and just like loving it. It's also like, there's something like energetic about it, because it's like, it's not really, it's kind of about if you have the right clothes and the right hair and the right this swimsuit and whatever. But really it's like the winners or people you know are going to make it far have an energy and a confidence that is coming from inside that like you can't buy that.
Yeah, it's the magic. It's really the magic. And when you see the pageant, you know the one that has it. Like you can just tell.
Yeah.
That weekend, you're like, oh, she's just touched with like this glow walking around her.
Yeah.
And it's really when you find yourself. I notice every girl really understands who they are when they win. They're not doing what they think they should do or what other friends are telling them to do. They're like unapologetically them. And it's relaxed. That's what it really is. They're so relaxed that like they got it. They're like in it, in the eye of the storm.
What is it about the Hawaiian girls? All of you are so beautiful. You, Candis, like all of you are goddesses.
Like
it's the water, man. It must be the water. It must be the sun.
The water. It's true.
It's the warm. I mean, you get that when you get a taste of it when you both go to Hawaii, right? Like you feel that.
Oh my God. I never want to leave.
You really do.
Yourselves. Yeah. The sun hits different. It hits different.
It hits different.
Honey, somebody's sun hit me different there and I loved it.
Oh my
God. Thank you so much for joining us on Little Podge, darling.
Thanks,
thank
babies.
you.
Love
You're
you
amazing.
both. Thank you. Thank you
We
so
love you
much.
too.
It was a pleasure.
And we mentioned a few times in our interview, but we have to take a look at Sasha's winning Continental number from 2012. This talent is probably one of my favorite talents ever. I watch it at least once a month, and it's a must watch. And it will be added to the Forever Dog Podge playlist on YouTube. Check it out and be stunned by the precision, the ponytail, the puss.
It's required viewing. Let's watch, actually. Let's give our response. Oh my God, this is... The makeup on the dancers.
Queen asked me the other day, was it? She told me, Mister, you think you're fierce?
You're fierce.
I said, of course.
Said no.
She said all queens think they're fierce. I said, Miss, think all queens and me?
And me. Yes. Yes, ponytail.
The sound effects, the like neck cracking sound effect.
It's everything a drag number should have.
Yes.
She is literally a tigress.
She's such a good actress.
Oh.
We like can't even speak. We're just
No,
arrested.
we're just like $1,000 ponytail mesmerized. Body, hips, precision, arms, dancers.
I don't think I can take much more of this.
The mix is so good.
Bitch. Y'all go watch this now.
Yeah, like treat yourself. That's an iconic moment.
So good. Oh my gosh. I love watching that.
Yeah, no, we have one final video before we wrap this episode up. Asia O'Hara mentioned a very iconic and highly emotionally charged pageant moment from Tandy Andrews performing at Miss Continental. So we're going to take a look at that right now. Again, this will be up on the playlist on Forever Dog. So get into it.
Another iconic moment is the very famous Tandy Andrews. She was Miss National. Correct me if I'm wrong with the details, but she had the crown taken from her. So at Miss Continental, she's performing in the Miss National crown. She's doing The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. This is on YouTube. They say you can take what you want from me, but you can't take away my dignity. She takes a crown off and slides it across the stage, like in the most grandeur I've ever seen. So that to me is an iconic moment. And when I tell you two pins and slid it was like magic across the stage.
Oh, this is the moment. Because she had been stripped of the crown?
Mm-hmm.
And so when she says you can't take away my dignity, she snatches the crown off her head and throws it to the side of the stage.
Oh my God, that Andrews mug, honey.
So beautiful. She takes out bobby pin 1. She takes out bobby pin 2. That's all it was. It's off. slides it across the stage. Wow. So beautiful, so powerful.
Beaded fringe.
Like, just the most gorgeous.
God. I don't ever want to lose another Andrews. They're so wonderful. Erica, Tandy, all of them. God bless wherever they are.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us on Page Podge this week.
Yes.
She's the beauty with the inquisitive mind. You know she's got a question to ask. Yeah. The current red-haired maven. She's your Miss I'll have the vegetarian option. It's Alaska!
And she's the YouTubing beauty, creator of glitters for your face and your body, representing Gem and every single hologram imaginable. She is your Miss I'll have the dairy-free option. It's Willam!
And we will be back next week to delight you with more pageantry, glamour, and of course a little backstage drama.
And can you believe it? Next week is the finale of Page Pod, and we are going to talk about the future of drag pageants and focus on specifically Drag Queen of the Year pageant competition, award contest competition.
I know the girl that does that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So remember to check out the Pageant Pod playlist on the Forever Dog YouTube channel for all your pertinent video clips and references. It's just a good time over there watching divas in gowns. And honestly, it's been a good time this whole summer talking about these pages with you and sharing them with the world. I'm so delighted by doing this Page Pod with you.
Absolutely, girl. You win Miss Congeniality for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. Also,
and you've placed. You've definitely placed.
Oh my God, you didn't even make the 5, so don't talk to me about.
They eliminated me because I didn't have the same scarf that I wore in prelim night. Don't you dare.
It's true. They docked points. So also, okay, if you have any pageant-related news, behind-the-scenes stories, or tidbits, amazing pageant clips, send them over to us at racechaserpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, and good night.
Good evening, Chicago!
Forever Dog.
Pageant Pod is a Forever Dog and Moguls of Media production hosted by Alaska and Willam.
Produced by Big Dipper and Joseph Shepard.
Editing and sound design by Will Pitts.
Executive produced by Willam Belli,
Alaska Thunderfuck,
Big Dipper,
Brett Bowen,
Joe Cilio,
and Alex Ramsey.